Welcome back to another episode of Literature Podcast. I'm Joanna.
And I'm Mish.
And we went over some of our favorite Halloween reads, as well as a few that have us interested this spooky season. So, I love this fucking time of the year. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you do too.
Yeah. It's my favorite time of the year because of like Halloween and stuff, because obviously Halloween's one of the best holidays. But it's also the weather, because I really hate hot and I really hate cold. It's just perfect. Sweater weather.
Same. Though I will say October, where I am, was hot for a while. Like, it's like, it's still green outside, and it's 90 degrees.
And we had snow, so...
Right? And, okay.
We're like completely different night and day.
Yeah.
Except the day you were cold. You were cold, and I had like 23 degrees Celsius here, so it was like super hot that day.
Yeah, we had 90 degrees one day, or like, I think it was 87, and then the next day, it fucking snowed.
Yeah, it did, that's right.
And then we finally have fall weather now, but I was just, what the
We
hell?
have fall weather now, too. We have snow in the forecast, but it keeps changing, it keeps going later and later, but it's fall weather right now.
I just wish it would last longer. I feel like you just close your eyes and autumn is over.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and without further ado, let's get on into this. All right, so I think on any Halloween reads, you have to have Goosebumps by R.L. Stine, just all of them.
All of them.
You have so many in your... I just picked up, like, the first one.
Yeah. See, the way I'm going about today is I just went and grabbed a bunch of books. I haven't actually written anything about them or like, thought through much of it, so I'm just kind of winging it. So I just grabbed a bunch of books, literally.
Yeah, I think Goosebumps they're just the shit. Like, Welcome to Dead House, the first one.
That one was the best.
Yeah, so far that is my favorite one. I've only read up to 5 at this point.
I read a bunch. I also like the Horrorland ones. Those ones, I only have the first one of that one. But it's so good.
Yeah, I love those ones, but I have a while to get to that one because I have to do it in chronological order right now. And I don't even have number 10, so I can't continue. And I have so many after, and I can't find the 10th one.
I went to the book fair a couple weeks ago, and I bought up till 33. Oh my god. Like, I had 5 or 6, but I was just, like, went crazy all of a sudden, and I kept finding them. And I was like, okay, 2 more. And I'm like, but wait, there's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I grabbed those. And then I was like, wait, 12, 13, 14's right here.
But
so I ended up buying up to 33. So I'm good to go for a while.
I just need to get 10. I think there's a couple others, but I can't remember. In the 30s, I pretty much have everything after that. It's the beginning ones, so it's very agitating at the moment.
It sounds it. But yeah, I agree. Those are like quintessential Halloween reads, especially for younger kids.
Yeah, like they're family friendly.
They are. All right. So, ones that have me interested. I have not read them. I know you have. But the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark and the More Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark by Alvin Schwartz. Those ones I am wanting to read right before Halloween, so those will probably be read this week. As well as Haunted Canada by Pat Hancock, and Haunted Canada 2. It's True Tales of Terror from Across Canada. So, those are all on my list to read this week, and then not be able to venture into my basement for about 2. By myself, anyways.
You got the original artwork for Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, too, didn't you?
For the second one, yeah. For the first one, it's this new one. I'm showing you, but yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen the new ones, but I as a kid, I always loved the old ones, and I got it at the book fair when I was really young.
I got these at the book fair when I got all the Goosebumps books.
Yeah. I was like, this is what I want, because there wasn't a whole lot of horror at the book fair when I was a kid, and I'm like, that's what I want. And I was obsessed with them, and then I couldn't find them. I have not been able to find them at my dad's. and I had to go buy them, and I'm so happy I found them again. So I was really excited to see a Hocus Pocus book this year. I loved the movie as a kid. I mean, I still love it as an adult. I haven't watched it in probably 2 years now.
We need to have a girls' night, because I've never watched it, ever.
Oh.
I have it on my PVR, and I'm planning to watch it this year, finally, but I've never watched it.
We're going to watch it. But the book is really cool because there's 2 sections. Technically, it's almost like it's pretty much 2 books in one. You get to see the movie portion of it, but in a written form, so you get to see all of the feelings and the thoughts of the characters. And in the movie, you don't really get to see that other than obviously their acting, which was good. But I really liked the sequel to it because there were so many things that came up from the first one. You're like, I got you. But it was really fun. It was a really refreshing take on the whole thing, and I really liked the new characters in the sequel. Just, yeah, I like it.
I like it. All right, so my next 2, technically, because I had a bunch of books to try to jam in, they're both by Ted Dekker, and they are 2 of the scarier ones that I've read in my life. Because if you guys know me, you know that I hate scary things. I can't stand it. I have nightmares. And both of these gave me nightmares, but I still love them. So House by Ted Dekker and 3 by Ted Dekker. So these books are both like supernatural thriller. Well, this one, House, is a supernatural thriller with like a bunch of messed up shit that happens. That's terrifying. I think there's actually movies for both of these. I haven't actually seen them because obviously, but yeah, soon to be a major motion picture. And 3 is about like a guy that's being, what's the word? He's being blackmailed by like a murderer, and it's psychological and it's amazing. And I highly recommend them.
I'm gonna have to add those to my team. I love those kinds of things. I love thrillers and horrors and everything.
Yeah, see, these I actually got at a certain point in my life when my family went through like this crazy section where we weren't allowed to have anything that wasn't Christian in the house because we grew up very religious, and that whole section lasted a couple of years where like they refused to even have like Disney movies in the house because they weren't Christian. And these are actually written by a Christian author, which is crazy because like I assume that they wouldn't be as scary as they were, but they're pretty terrifying.
All right, so I think that Stephen King will probably be on everyone's list for Halloween reads. That's just sort of a staple. It's honestly any Stephen King book, but it has been my favorite so far. I haven't read, honestly, hardly any of Stephen King's works if you think of it in the perspective of how many there actually are. But,
you're working on it, though.
Yeah. Again, chronological order. I've had that obsession with this as well. But I haven't read it in probably 7 or 8 years now. Holy crap. But I always loved it. It's a freaking long book. It's like my version is 1,153 pages. Like, there's no way that I'm going to read this and not break the spine for it because it's just it's too big.
It's too big.
Yeah, but I loved it. I mean, there's a part in this book that I don't particularly like. If you've read it, you probably know which part it is. It's really awkward. But overall, it's super creepy. Like, it kind of puts a pit in your stomach, and it might even be a little uncomfortable to read alone when you're next to your friendly neighborhood storm drain.
All right, so my next one, it's not horror-ish, but I read it a couple years ago. I haven't reread them for the blog, but it was actually really good. Alice in Zombieland. So it's an Alice in Wonderland retelling, but with zombies and ghosts and like afterworld, and there's action and drama and mystery and lots of ghosts and spirits, and it's really good. I really liked it as far as I can remember because it's been like 11 years since I read it. But I would suggest it, and I'm probably going to pick it up soon. So
you'll have to tell me when you read it because I have a copy of it.
Do you?
I do, but I haven't.
Have you read it?
I have not. It's been sitting there for a hot minute. So if you have listened to us before, you've probably heard how much I love All the Missing Girls by Megan Miranda. So I picked up The Perfect Stranger by Megan Miranda. I have no idea what it's about, so you're not going to get any synopsis because I just kind of want to go in completely blind. I'm really excited, and I really like the cover. The cover has a house on it, and it actually has little texture where the the siding would be. I mean, it's a really pretty cover, but everything has texture on it, and I'm really obsessed with just touching it. I don't know
That's so
why.
fun. I love when books have texture.
Yeah, I feel like there's just gonna be this worn out spot when I read it, just touching that house.
All right. So another one that I actually picked, even though it's not really a Halloween read, was the Grimm's Complete Fairy Tales. Some of the stories are just so messed up that the Grimm brothers have come about and made and have so eloquently written that some of them are just spooky enough to be Halloween reads. So I go through it and I pick out specific ones that I like to read, just the more gruesome ones. But I think any of the Grimm's fairy tales are perfect Halloween reads.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I haven't read all of them. When I was in German class, I had to read them in German. And of course, we read the nice fucked up ones from that book, and I'm like, I love it.
They're just so good. I love it.
Because you grow up with these really happy fairy tales, and that just destroys it for you, but it's way better.
Oh yeah, some of the stories like the Rumpelstiltskin is one of my favorites.
Oh yeah.
The Cinderella, even though it's completely messed up.
Yeah. Would it be a spoil? We shouldn't spoil it.
No.
Things
go read them. Things happen that don't happen in the movies.
Yeah, at all. It's a little more. There's more red than blue in
It's
that
a
one.
lot more morbid. Yeah, red than blue.
It's good. It's just good. Okay, so I've mentioned this book a couple of times, but I'm so excited about reading it. And it's The Wicked Deep by Shay Earnshaw. It just sounds really creepy. There's witches in it. It's Halloweeny as fuck. I'm really busy reading. I'm reading Tower of Dawn right now, and then I'm probably going to read Kingdom of Ash, so I'm probably not even going to read this in time for Halloween. But
I am halfway through Kingdom of Ash, and I'm savoring it. So I'm trying to finish it to be able to have Halloween reads, but at the same time, I'm just trying to, take it slow.
Because that's going to be it.
I don't want it to end. I'm so close to it being done, and I don't want it to end. It's emotional.
We'll probably both have it done next week. Maybe we'll talk
Probably.
about it. We should talk about it. I'm not really ready for it to be over. I don't know if I would even move on to the next book, because I'm that's going to be the last one.
I just hope it has a good ending. But we digress.
Yeah, okay. That's not what this is about. Moving on.
So you might not have it read. Okay, so my last book, I actually have read this one, and it is amazing, is called Affinity's Window. So it's got a really creepy cover.
Woman's super creepy.
Right? And when I got, the author sent it to me, he asked me to read it for the blog last year. And when he asked me if I wanted to read it, I was skeptical because I do not like horror books. And I started reading it. So, there's this girl. She wanders the halls wielding the only weapon at her disposal. So she has this doll. So this little dead girl wandering the halls of a haunted mansion has a doll that isn't a doll that I don't want to give away any spoilers, but it is creepy as hell. And I honestly loved it. I hate creepy books. This gave me nightmares for a week, but I loved this book. The storytelling in it was crafted so well that I couldn't put it down. It was so good. So if you guys have not read Affinity's Window by Douglas L. Wilson, you guys need to, because this is the epitome of Halloween reads to me.
I need to read that.
Yeah.
It sounds and looks freaky enough. I really want to read it. I have a horrible Halloween read for everybody that I've mentioned multiple times. Perfect time to mention it. Diary of a Haunting by M. Verano. Just don't read it.
Just don't read it. This is the anti-Halloween reads.
I'm sorry. I loathe it. We hate it so much. And
I
that
want to
cover,
read it.
the
I want
cover
to
made
read
me
it
think
so
of it.
bad because you hate it so much.
You know what? We'll have a Halloween girls' night. You can read that. I'll read Affinity's Window, and I'll be really
But at
happy
least you'll
afterward.
like this one.
You'll be really disappointed. You'll get extra wine.
Okay. That works. That
Maybe
works
that'll
well.
help. You know what? It'll start multiplying. I'll multiply the glasses of wine, and it'll really fit in with that story. If any
Oh.
of you have had the unfortunate event of reading it, then you understand why that is funny.
Oh my god, I love that series too. A series of unfortunate events would be a really good Halloween read.
Right? This is unfortunate.
Well, that was all we had for this week's episode. What are some of the books that you guys are all reading for Halloween this year? Let us know in the comments below.
And if you'd like to get more lit, be sure to follow us on Podbean, iTunes, Spotify, or CastBox.
I like the emphasis.
Right? It's ridiculous. Or wherever else you find us. All of our social media is linked below. So until next time.
Bye.